Right, let's make a kitten. There's a 1/4 inch seam allowance already on this pattern, so no need to add any extra. So you place the fabrics right sides together, put your pattern pieces on, draw around them, pin them, and then cut them out accurately. As you can see, I'm really frugal with my fabric. I don't do waste. If you're using directional fabric, make sure that they're lying correct before you start cutting it out. You don't want one side of the cat facing one way and the other facing the other. Right, you will then have 2 cat bodies and 2 inner legs, mirror images of each other. So put them down on the table, pretty side up, and match up the inner legs. Pin these in place, and you're going to be leaving a flap on each side, which will become apparent a bit later on. Now you need to be sewing where I'm indicating. So from that, under that point, all the way around to there on both sides. Make sure you pin it. You don't want the fabric moving now. If you haven't already purchased this pattern and you want to, it's at deanyfabrics.co.uk. Right, now place one cat down, faced up. You can see the flap now that I've left. And place the other cat side on top, matching all the points. Pin it and keep them flaps out of the way. You don't want to get them caught up in the sewing of the body. Now you're going to stitch all the way around from there to the point of the nose, leaving that open, and then starting again there to there. These make lovely gifts for cat lovers, and pin cushions. And right, that's it done. You'll see that opening. So if you press them out so that the seams meet up like that, and you sew from the centre to the outside of the ear on both sides, otherwise you risk your machine chewing up the ears. And you can finally see your cat taking shape. And if you want to put eyes in at this stage, if you do want eyes in your cat, now is the time to put them in. And you might need to snip these curves. I try not to, but be very careful you don't snip the threads. Right, taking the flaps, and you sew a diagonal. You might want to draw this on and follow the line. I just crease it. So you want to do that from both sides and leave an opening to allow to pull it all through. Now before you stuff, you've got to check all them seams, because now's the time. If there's any holes, you need to repair them now. You don't want to stuff it and then have to unstuff it. So there you go. So I tend to use a chopstick to push out all the points. It's blunt on the end, so it's not going to damage any of my seams. And I use a chopstick to stuff. Now when you're stuffing, do it a little bit at a time, reaching the points first. I tend to do the ears, the face, the tail, and then the feet, the legs, before I fill the body. Now grab 2 sides of the body that's with the opening and put a pin in, and then sew that closed. But make sure before you do that you're standing how you want it to stand, and it's looking how you want it to look. And that's it.